When America sends its most elite warriors into the shadows, they don't carry ordinary guns. Navy SEALs, Delta Force, Green Berets, and Army Rangers reach for some of the most advanced weapons ever built. This is every major weapon U.S. Special Forces actually use, from silenced pistols to .50 caliber rifles that can stop a truck. But before the weapons, you need to understand what makes them special. Regular soldiers are issued whatever the military buys in bulk. Special operators are different. They get to choose. Within Special Operations Command, known as SOCOM, units pick the exact tools that fit the mission, whether that's a silent night raid, a long-range ambush, or a desperate close-quarters fight. Their weapons are lighter, more accurate, more reliable, and far more customizable than anything a normal infantryman carries. Every rail, every optic, every suppressor is chosen for a reason. So let's start small and work our way up. The first weapon almost every operator carries is a pistol, a last line of defense when everything else fails. For decades, the Navy SEALs were famous for the Sig Sauer P226, a rugged, accurate handgun built to survive saltwater and sand. Its special version, the MK25, was treated against corrosion so it could be carried straight out of the ocean and into a fight. Alongside it, the Glock 19 became a favorite across nearly every special operations unit. Compact, simple, and almost impossible to break, the Glock 19 carries 15 rounds and just keeps working in mud, water, and dust. More recently, units have adopted the Sig Sauer M17 and M18, the military's newest standard sidearms, but the trusted Glock remains everywhere in the special operations world. And for the quietest missions of all, these pistols are fitted with suppressors. A silenced handgun lets an operator deal with a single threat, a sentry, a guard dog, a watchman, without the sound carrying into the night and waking an entire compound. In a world where being discovered can mean death, a quiet pistol is worth more than almost any rifle. Of course, a pistol is just a backup. The real work is done with a rifle. And here, the special operations community has built an entire family of weapons around one legendary design. But special operations isn't only about getting close. Sometimes the mission is to strike from far away, to end a threat before the enemy ever knows you exist. That's the world of the sniper, and special operators carry some of the deadliest precision rifles ever made. For mid-range work, snipers use rifles like the MK13, a bolt-action weapon chambered in powerful .300 Winchester Magnum that can reliably hit targets well over 1,000 meters away. For situations that demand rapid follow-up shots, the semi-automatic M110 lets a sniper engage multiple targets quickly without ever lifting his eye from the scope. The crown jewel of modern special operations sniping is the MK22, also known as the Advanced Sniper Rifle. Built on the Barrett MRAD, it's a marvel of engineering. With a few minutes of work, the shooter can swap the barrel and change calibers entirely, firing standard 7.62, hard-hitting .300 Norma Magnum, or the long-range .338 Norma Magnum. That last round can reach targets over 1.5 miles away. One rifle, 3 missions. Exactly the kind of flexibility special operators demand. And behind every one of these rifles is not just a shooter, but a team. A sniper rarely works alone. He moves with a spotter who calculates wind, distance, and the curve of the earth itself, feeding the numbers that turn a single shot into a guaranteed hit. Together, they can lie hidden for days, motionless and unseen, waiting for one perfect moment. Not every long-range shooter is a dedicated sniper either. Many teams carry a designated marksman armed with a rifle like the MK14, a compact, hard-hitting 7.62 weapon that bridges the gap between an ordinary carbine and a full sniper rifle. It lets a regular member of the team reach out and hit threats at distances the standard rifle simply can't without slowing the squad down. It's the perfect middle ground, more reach than a carbine, more speed than a sniper rifle. And when even that isn't enough, there's the Barrett 50 caliber. The M107 is an enormous anti-materiel rifle, firing a round originally designed for heavy machine guns. It isn't built to hit soldiers, it's built to destroy things. A single 50 caliber round can punch through engine blocks, disable parked aircraft, detonate unexploded bombs from a safe distance, and stop vehicles dead in their tracks. From over a mile away, an operator with a Barrett can cripple equipment the enemy thought was untouchable. Firepower at a distance is one thing, but operators also need to lay down a wall of bullets when a firefight turns desperate. That's where the machine guns come in. The MK46 is a lightweight version of the squad automatic weapon, firing the standard rifle round in long, suppressing bursts. Its bigger brother, the MK48, fires the heavier 7.62 round, giving a small team the kind of firepower that normally takes a much larger unit. And for the most extreme situations, usually mounted on helicopters, boats, and vehicles, there's the M134 Minigun, an electric-powered monster that spins its 6 barrels to fire thousands of rounds per minute, turning a target area into a storm of lead. When a small team is pinned down and needs to break contact, that overwhelming volume of fire can be the difference between escape and disaster. These machine guns aren't about precision. They're about dominance, forcing the enemy to keep his head down while the rest of the team moves, flanks, or pulls back to safety. It starts with the M4A1 carbine. The M4 is the standard weapon of the U.S. military, but the Special Operations version is a different animal. Army Special Forces upgraded theirs with a precision part called the URG-1, an improved upper receiver that makes the rifle dramatically more accurate while staying short, light, and deadly in close quarters. With a suppressor, a holographic sight, and a powerful flashlight, the M4A1 is the tool operators trust for the majority of their missions. But the most iconic special operations rifle of all might be the Heckler & Koch HK-416. Instead of the M4's traditional gas system, the 416 uses a cleaner, more reliable piston design that runs even when filthy or soaking wet. It's accurate, tough, and battle-proven, and it earned its place in history as the rifle carried by SEAL Team 6 during the raid that killed Osama bin Laden. Today, the HK-416 is used by Delta Force, the SEALs, the Rangers, the Marine Raiders, and more. When the mission absolutely cannot fail, this is often the rifle in their hands. For fighting inside buildings, ships, and tight spaces, operators turn to the MK18. It's essentially a shortened M4 with a stubby 10.5-inch barrel, making it incredibly compact and fast to swing around corners. In the brutal split-second world of close-quarters battle, the MK18 lets a SEAL or a Ranger clear a room before the enemy even knows they're there. These rifles are almost never used alone. Mounted on the rails are tools that turn an ordinary carbine into a night-fighting machine. An infrared laser, invisible to the naked eye, paints a target that only the operator, wearing night vision goggles, can see. To everyone without that technology, the special operator is a ghost in total darkness, aiming and firing with perfect precision while the enemy sees nothing at all. This is one of America's greatest advantages, the ability to own the night. Many of these rifles also carry an underbarrel grenade launcher, the M320, which can lob a 40mm grenade through a window or over a wall, giving a single soldier the power to clear a fortified position in an instant. When operators need more power and longer reach, they bring out the SCAR. Built by FN, the MK17 SCAR-H fires the heavier 7.62mm round, hitting harder and reaching farther than a standard carbine. Special operators carried it heavily through the mountains of Afghanistan, where long-distance firefights demanded a rifle with serious punch. Its larger caliber could reach across valleys and tear through cover that smaller rounds couldn't touch. And then there are the quiet weapons, the ones designed for missions where silence is everything. The Heckler & Koch MP7 is a tiny, futuristic personal defense weapon that fires a special armor-piercing 4.6mm round. It's barely bigger than a pistol, but it can punch through body armor that would stop ordinary bullets. Light, suppressed, and easy to hide, the MP7 was carried by SEAL Team 6 on some of their most secret missions. For decades before it, the legendary MP5 submachine gun filled that same role. A silenced weapon perfect for hostage rescues and covert raids where loud gunfire would mean disaster. For close, brutal entries, some operators still carry a shotgun, and the favorite is the Benelli M4. Reliable and devastating at short range, it can blast door hinges and locks clean off, letting a team breach a building in seconds. In the chaos of a room-clearing fight, the raw stopping power of a combat shotgun is hard to beat, and it can switch instantly from blowing open a locked door to dropping a threat just steps away. But what about enemies behind thick armor, hardened bunkers, or inside vehicles? For that, special operators carry weapons that can destroy almost anything. The Gustaf, known to the military as the M3, is a reusable, recoilless rifle that fires an 84mm projectile capable of smashing through walls, bunkers, and light armor. The AT-4 is a lighter, single-shot rocket launcher, easy to carry and powerful enough to knock out vehicles before being thrown away once it's fired. And for the deadliest threats of all, enemy tanks, operators bring the FGM-148 Javelin, a fire-and-forget guided missile that climbs into the sky and slams down onto the thin top armor of a tank, where it's weakest. The operator can fire it and immediately take cover while the missile guides itself to the target. To defend against aircraft, there's even the FIM-92 Stinger, a shoulder-fired heat-seeking missile that can knock helicopters and jets out of the sky. What ties all of these weapons together is a single idea: the right tool for the right mission. A special operator doesn't carry one gun. He carries an entire system, chosen and tuned for exactly what the night demands. Silence when silence matters. Power when power matters. Reach when the enemy is far, and raw speed when he's right around the corner. But here's the truth that matters most. The weapon is only as good as the warrior holding it. These rifles, pistols, and missiles are the finest in the world, yet none of them win battles on their own. Behind every trigger is a person who has trained for years, firing hundreds of thousands of rounds, rehearsing the same room 1,000 times, until handling these weapons becomes pure instinct. The gear is extraordinary, but it's the skill, the discipline, and the nerve of the operator that turns it into something truly unstoppable. And the arsenal never stops evolving. In 2025, Special Operations Command moved toward a new generation of rifles, chambered in the powerful 6.5 Creedmoor round, a cartridge that flies flatter, fights the wind better, and reaches farther than anything that came before it. As enemies adapt and battlefields change, America's elite warriors will keep doing what they've always done, choosing the most advanced weapons on Earth and mastering every single one. From a silenced pistol in the dark to a .50 caliber rifle reaching across a valley, these are the weapons that go where no one else can, carried by the most elite fighting forces the world has ever known.